Hooty hoo, all my stock market gamblers. Welcome today. It's Thursday. Stock market's down a little again. Dow's down about 100, Nasdaq's down about 100. Now, we've had 3 consecutive days of selling. We were moving sideways, and now we've had the 3 days of selling. But the good news, if you're long, there is technical support right here. The S&P is sitting right on its 200-day moving average, and maybe we're going to get a little bounce up. And the QQQ sitting right on its 50-day moving average could bounce up from here, but that's just going to be a dead cat bounce. I think there's going to be another wave of selling coming. I do believe that, but I do believe we can get a little bounce up from here in the next day or two. We'll see how that plays out. Okay, let's move on to real estate. Now, I was reading an article. I get a kick out of this stuff. Now, I don't know her name, Barbara Cochran or whatever it is, the one on Shark Tank, the lady on Shark Tank. You guys are probably familiar with her. Now, the article is stating that this is the best market she's ever seen for real estate. Hurry up and buy. Hurry up and buy. There's no reason to wait. Look, this is the greatest market for real estate investors. Interest rates are low, rents are high, the greatest market ever. You know, I just look at that and think, wow, really? And I understand that she owns a lot of real estate and she doesn't want that to go down. And, that's probably why I'm not real popular at parties. Look, people invite me over to their house and they live in these beautiful homes. And I look at the home and go, wow, your home's so beautiful. Do you know it's going to be half off in 2 years from now? And they don't invite me back, really. People don't want to hear that. People don't want to hear the truth sometimes. But that's what I believe. Now, this Barbara Cochran, she's a very big time bowl of real estate, but that's her job. It's like asking the president of the National Association of Realtors, what direction do you think houses are going? He's not going to say they're going to crash. That would mean his job would come to an end if he said that. He can't tell you the truth. Look at Barbara Cochran. She doesn't want to become bankrupt. She owns millions and millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars in leveraged real estate. Look and don't get me wrong, she's an expert. She's entitled to her opinion. It's just not the opinion that I have. The opinion that I have is that we're going to come down by about 50%. Now what's going on in the real estate market? Well, I just want to get a quick video out today, but the real estate market, anyways, officially the 30-year mortgage is above 5%. Above 5%. Now, this is interesting to me. When you think about this, the mortgage rate, let's go back 5 months or so, was sitting down around 3%, right? Now, what happened in that time? Well, they raised rates by 1/4%. The Fed came out and they announced that they're going to raise them from 0 to 0.25%. But yet mortgage rates went from about 3% to about 5%. Why did mortgage rates go up 2%? And the Fed only went up 0.25%. Well, here's the thing. Okay, you see now the Federal Reserve, they used to buy $40 billion of mortgage-backed securities. Each and every month they were buying $40 billion. Well, they just came out and said, well, not only are we stopped buying the $40 billion, we're going to start to sell $35 billion of our own mortgage-backed securities back into the marketplace. Well, now there's a problem. Who's going to make the loans on mortgages? Really? I think they will reverse course once they see what's going to happen. But this is going to crash the housing market. Now, I know a lot of you saying, Mike, interest rates alone can't crash the housing market. Look at 5% right now, right? Let's say they actually do raise rates, which they haven't done. They've raised them 1/4%. Let's say they actually raise interest rates. There's no way they can raise them to where they need to be. They need to get it above inflation. The real rate of inflation, I say, is about 15%. Now, they'll tell you it's about half that. But anyway, let's say they had to get rates up to 8 or 9%. It'd make the mortgages go for about 12%. That's not going to happen. I agree. That's what should happen, but that's not what's going to happen because that would be like a 90% crash. Well, people say, look at Mike, we're at 5%. That is a cheap rate for mortgages. Barbara Cochran will tell you that. That is just a historically low interest rates. Anything below 6% is historically low. And that would be actually true. But historically, we haven't had this big debt bubble. The housing market is a big debt bubble. Look at the number of mortgages out there are fewer because there's fewer people owning the home. But the mortgage debt is at a record high because the mortgages are so large right now. They're incredibly huge. The bubble's never been bigger, and this is a debt bubble that will pop. It will pop, and the housing market will come crashing down when the debt bubble pops. Now look at, okay, so we're at 5%. Now that's cheap, and I agree that's cheap money, but that's 2% higher than we just were about 6 months ago, right? I mean, we've been going up. Now what if they raise the rates? Okay, let's say they do what they say they're going to do, which will be a miracle in itself. Let's say they go out next month and raise it 0.5%. Actually, it's this month, 0.5%. We're in April. When the Fed meets, they say they're going to raise 0.5%, and then in May, another 0.5%. Well, that'll put us probably above the 6% mark in real estate mortgages. And when people have this kind of debt, it's going to be very dangerous for the housing market. Now, I know people out there are saying, well, it's going to take more than just raising interest rates, Mike, to bring down the housing market. I agree. It's going to be all these foreclosures coming. We're about 200% up from last year's foreclosure numbers. That means that more foreclosures are coming onto the marketplace. Look at the eviction moratoriums. We still have them here in California, but the eviction moratorium is going to go away. There's a lot of landlords out there. I know some of them personally. They don't want to be in the real estate market anymore. They don't want to be a landlord. They want to sell the property. They just can't figure out how to get the tenant out. Now, the court system, they're going as fast as they can through the eviction processes, but they're backed up. They're backed up with evictions. They're backed up with foreclosures. The court system's backed up. It's going to take time to play out. This is not going to happen tomorrow, but I do think it's already starting to happen. You can feel it. The buyers have really disappeared. I was talking to one of my buyers yesterday. He said, Mike, I'm just going to sit back. He was actively looking. We had put in a couple offers for him already, and he was actively wanting to buy a property, but he said, no, Mike, I think I got lucky on this one. I think I dodged a bullet. I'm going to hold off 6 months, a year, and see how this all plays out, because, people are starting to wake up. They're starting to see the writing on the wall. They raise the rates, and prices could come down. Look at the homes that are being built right now. 1.5 million of them under construction. That's more inventory going onto the marketplace. More inventory. Now, are they going to be able to get all those sold? Probably not at the prices they wanted to get them sold at, but they'll lower the price and they'll sell them. Why will they lower the price? Well, they're in the building business. They want to build more homes, and they can't build more homes until they get rid of these homes. And even if they sell them at a loss, they're gonna get rid of these homes. Look at those building stocks. They're crashing down 40% off of their highs. Why? Because people can't afford to buy their homes. The affordability factor goes away. You get rates above 6%, that affordability factor is going to be like only 1 in 10 Americans can afford to buy a home. 1 out of 10. Look at, there's going to have to be some adjustment. There's going to have to be some give and take. Yes, I do believe that a half off sale's coming. Do I believe it's coming next week? It could, but no, houses in the stock market, it could. Houses take longer. It takes longer. The mindset of the sellers have to adjust. I mean, they'll sit on their property if they don't have to sell because they want to get the same price that Billy Bob down the street sold for. Billy Bob got $2 million. I want to take not a penny less than $2 million. Well, you may be waiting a while. Things have changed. Things have turned. Billy Bob got out. You didn't make it. You may be chasing the market down. Now, it's going to be coming down. It's called the death spiral. You got to get below Billy Bob, and the next person has to get below you, and the person after that has to get below you. They have to jump under the market so that the bid gets hit, so that they can sell their property, so that they can get out of their home. If you want to sell, now's a good time. Look, I know you need a place to live, and I'm not saying to sell your principal residence. Maybe you got a vacation home. Maybe you have a rental. I really think it's a good time to get out. Now, I know I'm a real estate broker and I'm supposed to be telling you it's a great time to buy. Barbara Cochran, well, she'll tell you it's never been a better market. Don't wait to buy. Prices only go up. She'll tell you. Just ask her. Anyways, I got a different view on the marketplace. Hope you enjoyed this today. If you did, give me the thumbs up. If you really like it, hit that subscribe button. Get out there. Have a great Thursday, everybody, and we'll talk again real soon. Bye-bye now.